Today I'll be going over how likely you are to die with each class in WoW Hardcore. People are going to argue over how hard it is to actually play this game mode, and well, regardless of your opinion, most people are pretty terrible at it, with the average level reached being 14. Anyways, let's get started. Druid. Druid has a miserable pre-bear experience, going faster than other spellcasters due to its limited mana pool and no melee attacks until bear form. You do have heals and entangling roots to help get away, and once you get bear form, it starts to speed up a little bit, plus you're way tankier. However, because you play a druid, you definitely look at, let's call them provocative images of furries, so you might get distracted while alt-tabbed out of the game and die. Overall, druid is pretty safe, just make sure you're looking at your perverted images beforehand. Hunter. As long as you have an IQ over 80, there is no excuse to dying as a hunter past level 10. And if you have any idea on how to kite, pre-level 10 isn't really that bad either, as long as you stay out of caves. Just don't get cocky and pull 6 mobs at a time, and you should be fine. Mage. Well, if you're a Giga Chad AoE pumper, you will probably make a mistake at some point and will die an unfortunate death to a horde of mobs, but at least you aren't a virgin single target Frost Mage. I mean seriously, talk about boring and safe. But I guess you basically have a guaranteed chance to make it to level 60, and then guess what? You get to spam one button at raids the rest of your existence. Paladin. It's unfortunate that the best class for reaching level 60 is so goddamn terrible outside of healing once you hit that goal. But this video is focused on just how easy it is to hit level 60. You're basically playing one of those shitty idle mobile games where you're slowly progressing without actually doing anything besides mindlessly running from mob to mob and pressing 2 buttons. But I mean, if you are stuck at class or work, it's a great class to choose. Also in hardcore servers, Bubble Hearth will be allowed, so in a sense, if you go slow enough, Paladin will pretty much automatically be able to reach level 60. Priest. A super safe class provided you don't pull 3+ mobs, most elites, or stuff several levels higher than you, which I guess is true for most classes. I don't know, despite mating Priest since classic release, I don't have much to say about this class. They are surprisingly safe as long as you go for single target pools. It can quickly get out of hand as your only get off me ability is Fear, which can lead to pulling more, and you have no mobility at all. So in terms of chances of making it to level 60, I'd say it's middle of the pack. Rogue, a high risk but high potential class. Rogue has stealth and several get me out of jail cards, get it? The problem is when your Vanish gets immediately caught or they resist a blind or gouge. To be honest though, I don't know why you would play Rogue in a game mode with no potential for PvP. You are losing out on a ton of value there. Overall, Rogue is a great class if you aren't garbage at the game, but definitely going to get you killed if you are. Shaman. Shaman is pretty universally put as the second worst class to solo level behind the Warrior. They either lack consistent damage as Enhance, or lack mana as Elemental. A Shaman's best bet for survival is probably pairing with a Hunter or Warrior to augment their support capabilities, but in terms of solo survivability, it's definitely one of the weaker classes. Warlock. A top-end safe spec for Classic. The demo build gives you insane survivability with Soul Link, better health stones, huge double sacrifices, and plus you have Fear and great damage. One of the only downsides is because you have a pet, Fear and ridiculous damage, oftentimes your defense skill won't be getting high enough due to you not getting hit, so if a mob does get on you, it will likely be able to crit you or get crushing blows. So don't get cocky and do 6+ mob pools unless you plan out exactly how you're going to handle it. Warrior. In a world with magic, guns, and monsters of unbelievable power, it makes sense that the class that tries to beat those things with the metal stick would struggle. This K-Band spec relies on fighting mobs lower level than themselves and yoinking loot found in dungeons as they need anything they can get their hands on. Doesn't sound like a prideful fighter like Garrosh at all. The only thing in common is that you will likely die just like he did, but at least Thrall had to cheat to beat him. That is all the classes in Classic. Let me know what class you're going to play when hardcore servers release. Looking forward to seeing some of you guys out there. Hope to see you around in the next video. Take care.